Little tiny small story time on why I don't have a uvula, why they took my uvula, where my uvula went. I think it was like 16 or 17 or something. I am already like immunocompromised, so I constantly get sick. I'm always fighting a cold or some sort of infection or something. I'm very, very prone to getting sick. I must have gotten sick, and I was sick for like 3 months. My tonsils started to swell in the back of my throat. Turns out I had tonsillitis and adenoiditis. My tonsils swelled up to the size of like golf balls, were very painful. I could barely breathe, and I kept getting choked on water. Like every time I would try to take a sip, I kept getting choked. Breath smelled like horrible. It smelled like my breath smelled like rotted, just like rotten flesh. It was horrible. I'll show you pictures of why. Thankfully, I have an aunt who have tonsillectomy when she was a kid, so she contacted her old surgeon, and he thankfully saw me because, you know, living in America, we can't afford anything. I mean, I did have Medicaid at the time, but where do you even begin to see a doctor? Like, they don't give you that information here, so luckily that happened. So the surgeon saw me, and as soon as he looked in my throat, he was like, yeah, we need to get you, like, these need to come out, you need to be in surgery. So he, like, I think a few days later, my surgery was scheduled. I didn't have to go through a big hullabaloo, thank God. Yeah, I had to get them removed. I had to get my adenoids removed. I had to have like emergency surgery. That was my second emergency surgery in my life. I don't recommend surgery. It's one of the reasons I'll probably never get plastic surgery in my life, is because I've had to be under the knife forcibly for emergency purposes, and it was terrible. I don't heal well. But yeah, I woke up from surgery crying. I was in so much pain. They gave me a syringe of morphine, but I could still feel the pain, so the nurse had to come and give me a second syringe of morphine, and that finally, like, calmed my pain. Morphine is so good. I wish I could get that every day. Like, it gives you energy. Like, you just feel great on morphine. But besides that, besides the best feeling I've ever felt in my life, we went to HEB afterwards. We had to pick up some snacks, and I was like, riding around on a little scooter. I was just like dazed and confused everywhere. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but the recovery process was really, really hard. I had like 2 500 milliliter bottles of like liquid hydrocodone. They made me super itchy, like if I didn't immediately take them with food, like my whole body would itch, like my arms, my legs, my back, my stomach, my head. It was horrible. I couldn't swallow, like for months afterwards, even still to this day. Sometimes I get choked on air, sometimes I like swallow weird. Sometimes when I'm talking, I don't know, air will get trapped and I'll just like have to stop and like, I don't know, my throat will spasm. I'm not sure. But I don't know, it's weird, like eating and chewing and swallowing and things without my uvula, without my tonsils. I feel like I have a lot more room, like just air and food and drink like choke me. I'll go ahead and show you some of the pictures of my tonsils look like when they were infected, and show you what it looked like during surgery and after the healing process. This is graphic content, so big trigger warning here for graphic content, surgery content. You might not like this for some reason, so yeah, be warned. I think it's super hella cool, and I love that I have these pictures, so. Okay, so this is the first photo that I have saved on my computer of my tonsils. It's a little blurry, but you can see that especially the left one is really bad. Here's the next photo. It's terrible. Here's another one. This one is especially bad. If you could see all this white, like, rotted food, infection. That was terrible. This is what it looked like. All that, like, that pocket, like, this was all filled. All these pockets, was filled with disgusting little tonsil stones and disgusting things. You can see here, it's like spreading all through the back of my throat. That one's just terrible, absolutely horrible. They're both just the size of freaking golf balls. It's just horrible. And I was living like this for like 3 months. You can see that there. I have gum, but this is like a huge like stone thing. I tried to get it so many times, but I couldn't get it. My like tonsils were just really sore. Like, look at that. My uvula, it didn't even have anywhere to go. That's terrible. Look at that. That's disgusting. Look at all that pus and nasty stuff. Ugh, that was my mouth. Yeah, just absolutely terrible. You can see just how red and inflamed and absolutely mean and nasty this was. Absolutely horrible. I don't even know what the hell this is. Pus. This was horrible. I was having to go to school like this, talk to people like this. Look at that. Look how... I hope you guys can imagine how extremely painful this was. Oh my god, look at that. You see the back of my throat wall? How it's all like goobered and gobbered? See, like it wasn't even my tonsils. The whole entire, all of my throat, all of my like tracheal, dam, esophageal systems was just like blistered. I don't even understand. Tonsillitis is what they said I had. Tonsillitis and adenoiditis. That's a fucking horrible photo. And this was them right after surgery. You can see obviously my uvula. They must have cut it because my uvula should not have been cut like this. This was immediately upon waking up. My tongue is orange. They forced me to eat a popsicle after I woke up after surgery. It was very painful. You see that? This was extremely painful on my spit. I could barely swallow. I could not breathe. Here's my mouth again. You see there. Just diabolical. Absolutely horrible. This, just my uvula is just flaking away. Ugh. It looks like the pits of hell. It looks like the entrance to hell. The entrance to like Narnia but bad. The upside down is in my damn throat. Look at that. That looks like the bat signal. The rotted, foaming bat signal. And there it is. It's starting to like get like the healing skin on it. Like the whatever. Oh, look at that. It looks like Black Death. It looks like a rotted uterus. It looks like a smoker's uterus. It looks like if you took Plan B every day for 8 years. Ugh! What is this? I think that's my uvula falling away. Ah! This is disgusting. I have this all in a folder titled Tonsils. Okay, that looks a little better. But you see like the bruising, just irritation. Ugh! Looks like a little turtle throat. Okay, and that's the last photo. The adenoids are like in your nose, so like I guess when they were taking my tonsils, they went up and got something in my sinuses as well, but I'm all better now. I haven't had tonsillitis since then. I mean, I don't have tonsils. I'm still immunocompromised, so I'm still constantly sick, but I try and make sure that I drink cranberry juice every day. I try to make sure I get a lot of vitamin C just because I'm so prone to being sick. Like, my body cannot fight off anything that it gets, so I have to have all the help that I can get, so this shit won't happen to me again. What was your favorite photo of all the weird, gory tonsil photos? This is my throat today. This is what I look like with no uvula and a little dance there. Ta-da!